It is no secret that the world economy is at a standstill. From currency wars to the Fed tightening, increasing interest rates, and other central banks around the world, to energy crisis, supply chain bottleneck, also the hyperinflationary implosion and the deflationary collapse. All of these give us indications that we're headed towards a reset. But the problem is what ensues after the crisis? And why are central banks pushing for these digital currencies? Let's find out. Welcome to another geopolitical analysis video. Please like and subscribe, comment below today's video as we examine the connection of CBDCs and also the new proponent, the new figure installed, the UK Prime Minister, the unelected UK Prime Minister, and his banking past.
Today, I'm proud to say that under the UK's presidency, the group of the world's 7 most advanced economies, the G7, is launching a set of public policy principles for retail central bank digital currencies, CBDCs. Central bank digital currencies could be a digital version of money, a bit like a digital banknote that could be used alongside physical notes and coins. Unlike most of the digital money people use daily today, it would be issued directly by a central bank, like the Bank of England in the UK. And governments and central banks across the world are working together, looking into what having a digital currency might mean in practice. This includes issues that people care about, such as ensuring users' money would be safe and secure, that it could work with other ways to pay, would be energy efficient and available to everyone. A potential CBDC could offer businesses and consumers new ways to pay in the future. It's all part of the wider story of digital innovation that has delivered benefits to millions around the world and in the UK.
So earlier last week, the Prime Minister of the UK, Rishi Sunak, spoke about being a leader in propelling this agenda of the digital currencies of the banks among the G7 countries. He presented the ordinary elevator pitch that it will provide inclusion, financial inclusion, freedom, it will be a great advancement, and at the same time, it will roll out the globalist dream of UBI, Universal Basic Income, to make sure that everybody will have money to spend, but will not be able to save. As these central bankers will provide you with these currencies that sure will be minted out of thin air, but will be taken away as quickly as given to you. So this is the new fear. In our video of COVID-19 economy, we discussed CBDCs and we presented all these arguments to you by these economists who have examined this technology, presenting all these privacy problems that will come up with the usage of these currencies. As central bankers will be able to authorize your transaction, manipulate your consumer behavior, monitor what you do, and surveil. Forget about cash and forget about being incognito. This is something that the globalists, the World Economic Forum, is pushing, and this new Prime Minister couldn't be more of a proponent, of a figure representing all of these agendas at once. As his banking past in Goldman Sachs, and also his family are the largest shareholders of InfoSys, which is the company behind the leading technology of central digital currencies. So the question lies here, why? Why are they pushing at this time? And is this phenomena in the finance world an artificial problem, inflation, and also the coming recession, in order to lead us there? Well, it seems that every problem that we face has all of a sudden a solution that is presented to us as the best new thing. Printing money was the next big thing. And that's what led Bernanke to receive the Nobel Prize, and of course created all these asset bubbles, but at the same time created all these opportunities for the very few people. Now, this is something that will sound the death of the financial system as we knew it. Privacy is going to go out of the window after these CBDCs. And it's the biggest fear, as not only will people be monitored and surveilled, but you could also be blocked, just like the SWIFT global payment systems. We saw Russia and Iran finding a way to operate outside of the SWIFT's payment system. Imagine what that would feel like if you tweet something, you share something in social media, you take, let's examine a recent phenomenon in Canada. You take part in this protest that is an anti-establishment, anti-government protest. You say something, they freeze your bank accounts because you're protesting the truckers, just like it happened during the Emergency Act in Canada. Well, this is something that is real. It's a real fear. Imagine not being able to have access to your own funds. So the central bankers here are ultimately operating under fear. Why? Because we have a solution. The solution is Bitcoin. Bitcoin represents a decentralized open source network, a monetary system that doesn't require central bankers and renders these technologies useless. You see, Bitcoin is something that anybody can open an address and accept money or send money. It doesn't need authority to make these transactions. So this is something as a technology that puts the central bankers at risk. And that is why they're pushing and propelling this new technology. So this is very insidious to see the new UK Prime Minister really spearhead this among the G7 countries. And of course, it's a bit symbolic because London is seen as a city of wealth, a city where you have all these banks and all these packaged services of the financial sector over the last few years that seem to be less, more bureaucratic than the US. So in this case, it is very, like I said, insidious to see this new prime minister pushing for this. And it's again the new neo-feudalist system that is being pushed onto us. The elite have this agenda that want to push down to the rest of the world. And it's something that's very concerning, especially when we experience this whole implosion of problems, from wars to currency wars and energy crises and all of this uncertainty. It comes at a perfect time where the CBDCs are presented to us as a solution, as the ultimate solution. And of course, they will not be able to solve any problems, but present more problems to us, the average people who are just looking to live their life. They're not looking to manipulate and surveil other people because they're afraid of losing their own wealth and their own power and control. So this is something that citizens need to be very aware of. And it's very sinister that his family is part of the company behind the technology, InfoSys. It all ties in together and really shows us what they're up to here. One thing I want to leave you with is that freedom comes not from the governments, not from all these institutions and private clubs. Freedom comes from its own citizens who fight for it. So this is something we should all be educated. So please share and like this video, share it to everybody you know, and present these topics. I'd also like you to examine again the COVID-19 economy video as we really presented to you some of the problems that will surface after the COVID-19 lockdowns, and especially with the implementation of these CBDCs. Thanks so much for watching. Our next discussion is going to be about the energy crisis, another artificial crisis, the oil and diesel shortage, and what that will sound for the years to come. Thanks so much. Bye for now.